Hello, welcome to episode 9 of Fired Up with Fish. This is Fired Up with Fish, episode 9, and we're here on the 2nd of May, 2025, and of course it's a Friday. It's about 14:20, so we're going to keep this to about 10 minutes as usual, because in about 10 minutes, the sprint qualifying race at the Miami Grand Prix starts, so I definitely want to watch that. Watch the first free practice this morning, and Verstappen won. Piastri, Leclerc, Verstappen, or Verstappen, Leclerc, Piastri. Anyways, those were the top three in some fashion. And really like the Miami Grand Prix. It goes around and the paddock is on the field of where the Dolphins play, Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And so my sister just got back from Miami. She said she had a good trip, even though her luggage got absolutely destroyed. But that's a story for another day. Anyways, glad she got there and back safely and had a good time. But yeah, it's the Miami Grand Prix this weekend, so looking forward to enjoying that. And then I head to Edson, I believe, on Tuesday, just finalizing everything there, to go for an interview and the physical fitness testing for a casual position with the Yellowhead County Fire Department. And looking forward to that because that could potentially lead into a full-time position, and I would currently be able to pick up positions as they become, or shifts as they become available. So that's pretty ideal because I would want to jump on as much as I could, but if I couldn't, I do have that casualty option. But yeah, I'm really running and gunning for full time. Still waiting to hear back from Winnipeg if I'm moving on to stage 5 there. It's been a couple of weeks since I've had that interview. And then Edmonton, waiting to hear the next step there because I passed their test. The Navy, like Esquimalt, Halifax, still waiting to hear back from them as well about their next steps because I passed that test. So there's a lot of patience involved. Like Prince Rupert, that process I was starting and done within a couple weeks. The whole thing, literally from application to going all the way out there, fitness testing, you name it, to the decision done within a couple weeks, to Winnipeg coming on 3 or 4 months now. So and it's not even done yet. Every department is totally different. So just gotta stick it out as I will and just keep running and gunning. So yeah, just pursuing. We'll see how it goes on Tuesday. Gotta finalize all the things to make that happen. But yeah, looking forward to that opportunity. Always excited for any opportunity. And on that note, before I get too far ahead, speaking of opportunity, I'll take the opportunity to read today's reading from the Daily Stoic. And the title for today is Be the Person You Want to Be. So, first tell yourself what kind of person you want to be, then do what you have to do. For nearly every pursuit, we see this to be the case. Those in athletic pursuit first choose the sport they want and then do that work. So basically, that kind of goes along the lines of finding your path and staying on it. These past few weeks, I've kind of ventured off of my path. Not 100%, but further than I'd like to have. Right before my fitness test, in Prince Rupert. Maybe I've mentioned this on previous episodes, but maybe not. But repeat or not, here it is. Before my fitness test in Prince Rupert, I got let go by my job that I was working here in Red Deer. They weren't a fan of the days I was needing to take off to pursue becoming a full-time firefighter, which is unfortunate, but I can respect their decision, I guess, to a point. And then, yeah, hearing I was unsuccessful in Prince Rupert kind of let that knock me off the rocker there, and just took a step back in some areas, and it's not really a habit that I'm a huge fan of. How I can be on such a good sturdy path, and then life comes in and shakes that path, and I easily can kind of take a couple steps off. I need to be more on the straight and narrow and be the person I want to be. And that's an elite firefighter, even though I'm not currently a hired, paid full-time firefighter. I can live it how I am around the house here. I can live it in many ways, how I act around my community. There's one thing about talking about it, it's another thing about being about it. So pick my path, stay on it, and make sure all of my actions align with it. And that goes with the simple saying, deeds, not words. So I'm hoping every week here I can live this deeds, not words for whoever watches this, and be that example of living deeds, not words. And actions speak louder than words. And the show must go on. Don't let something knock you down. Keep moving forward, because life has a way. It always comes around. Everything is temporary. No matter how high or how low something is, everything is temporary. So just keep moving forward. And just keep going with the ebbs and flow of life. Life is beautiful. Life is great. And yeah, that's some self-reflection I've done recently. And every time I kind of go through one of these phases, it becomes more clear and more clear. A positive sign of strength building is how the phases last shorter each time, but how they still happen is something I'm not a huge fan of. So yeah, be the person you want to be. I want to be that example of strength, and I want to live that full time, not 75% of a year or 80% of a year. I want 100% of a year, and I want to be that example and have that full-time firefighter service purpose ethos, even though, like I said, if I'm not currently hired, live it every day. Live the job you want, not the job you have or don't have. Live and breathe the job you want and the life you want to live, and it'll happen. You can make it happen. And yeah, if that sounded a little preachy, I apologize, but that's just what ended up coming out today. But still some balls rolling, some balls have stopped, but just learning that I can only control so much, and the things I can control, like being disciplined in many facets of life, that I can control, and getting knocked off, I can't control, or choosing to do something that doesn't align with that, I can't control. So just remember that, and remember also that life is beautiful. That choice is beautiful. You might make the wrong choice sometimes, but knowing you have that choice and being aware of that choice is beautiful. So on that note, we'll wrap it up. You can contact me at firedupwithfish@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to have a conversation, answer emails, or anything like that. And until next week, keep smiling. All right, bye.